Welcome to Duke TV Online. We are located here in Ikeja, the heart of Lagos. My name is Abdulwahid Olabode Gabadin, the CEO of Duke TV Online. Thank you for joining us once again, and thank you for all you do all the time standing by Duke TV Online. And today I've brought to us a matter that is very close to my heart, a matter that I find so worrisome, a matter that I believe we are taking with too much kid gloves, a matter that, as we speak now, all hands must be on deck to address it. It is becoming too many, and it is unsavory. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about rampant killings among spouses, constant killings among spouses, especially on the part of men against women, and understandably so, given the strength advantage of men over women. Well, talking of provocation, talking of agent provocateur, talking of causative agents, that is secondary. But the preponderance of this is more on the part of men against women. The truth must be told. And the pattern is always identical. The pattern is almost uniform. It's always about, in most cases, women who appear to be doing better than their husbands. Women who appear to be doing better than their husbands. And this is the challenge with social sciences. When you are treating issues under social sciences, you just have to, sympathize with both sides. If you leave it to your own way of thinking, you will not get to the bottom of the matter. Neither will you be able to solve any problem. And why am I saying this? I'm saying because if it were to be me, as an individual, the idea of my wife doing better than me will never, ever cause any issue at all. Mostly in America, being killed by their husbands. Some will kill the wife, kill all the children in between them, and kill himself. Some will kill the wife, kill whatever that was in sight, and then call the police and surrender himself for arrest. And will still tell the story, how satisfied he is carrying out the mission. Of course, we are not losing sight of the recurrent causative agent. And that is, you see cases where a man labored, a man toiled, a man languished to sponsor his wife to America. Some right from here, some they were already there. They sponsored the wife from here, moved them to America. And because of the nature of their job, which is nursing, it's a well-paid job in America and most advanced countries. Even in Nigeria, you discover that the salary scale of nurses are a bit higher than their, contemporaries in other cadres. So that's the nature of that. In America, it is highly paid. So it is not impossible that the wife, progresses, faster economically and financially than the husband. And for me, why should that be a problem? For me, that should be a plus to the family. For me, that should be a relief for the family. But the story we keep hearing is either the husband is not comfortable with the wife progressing higher than him, or the wife started raising shoulders above the husband or confronting the husband, letting him know that she is now the mover and shaker of the house, or the head of the house, the provider, so to speak, of the family. And some you see them moving to apartments, leaving their husband in the previous apartment where they were living, and then get RETI agents, or what do you call them? Enforcement, property enforcement, team to, eject such men in their previous homes. All this we're not trying to, judge here, because Allah, as we Muslims used to say, only God knows what is hidden. But this has been the pattern. Now, what do we do about this? What do we do? We have all agreed. I'm sure everyone will agree with me that this is, undesirable. This is not acceptable. This must not continue. So what is the solution? I think we have to go back to love. Love. I believe there is no genuine love among so many spouses. What we are seeing are pretenses, no genuine love. Where there is love, then there will be fusion. When a man and a woman get married, they fuse together in such a way that the husband cannot see himself separate from the wife. The wife cannot see herself separate from the... He is her and she is him. He is her, she is him. They are one, they are two into one, fused into one. They are two fused into one. So in that case, whatever that come as success in between them, should that be a problem? And I'm not even trying to generalize, because we have a lot of couples, we have a lot of spouses that this thing do happen and there's no problem. I know of a friend who, after marrying a particular lady, he injected ideas, concepts, innovations into what the woman does. And the woman, began to move up the ladder. And as we speak now, the money is just too much. And what have they done? They just partner together to better their life, knowing fully well that is for their common benefit and the benefit of the children. So what's the big deal? And the moment some of our women get over there, I don't know whether it is the mentality of the Western world, I don't know whether they have their own issue hidden in them here under pretenses. Because we cannot say all Nigerian women are doing this. We cannot. But it's on the high side. So, like I said, what is the solution? The solution is that, first and foremost, when you are getting married, marry your friend. Marry your friend. Don't marry out of pity. Don't marry out of mundane factors, based on mundane factors, such as beauty, such as family background, such as level of education. All this can play a role along the side. But first and foremost, character. Character, patience, humility, simplicity, endurance. These are attributes that we must cite in our partner. The woman must cite it in the man must cite it in the woman. And don't marry in a hurry. Don't marry in a hurry. Do your background check. Because the one that would do certain things, a woman that would turn her husband around because there is success, must have had this trait of evil inside her. It's just that you fail to recognize it. And the man that whatever the woman must have done, no matter the level of provocation, who had the capacity to fetch a knife or a gun and kill the wife, already had that killer tendency in him. Otherwise, we have some men that cannot even kill chicken. So what would their wife do? That they will now fetch a gun or cutlass or, or knife and kill the wife. In fact, the last one that happened in America, The Nigerian man stabbed the woman 40 times. You know, even in law, there is recognition for provocation, where you do something spontaneously on the verge of provocation. But by the time you stab somebody 40 times, it becomes premeditated. That is no longer spontaneous. That is a killer on the prowl. So, what are we talking about? So you have always married a killer. Forget about it. Do your background check very well. However, I know that there are times you may not know enough. And probably prayer will come in at that point. But do your background check very well. Do your due diligence and ensure that you don't marry a killer and that you call a wife, or a potential killer you call a wife. Having said that, I want to appeal that our women, especially nurses, because this thing happen around them, please and please, change your ways. You see, you are doing something, and you've heard many stories of others. What gave you the impression that it cannot happen to you? It's possible, since you are doing the same thing, and we have potential killer as husbands. Of course, we also have cases of women killing their husband. So whatever I'm saying now, take it as vice versa. So, then as for men, your wife suddenly becomes successful. At the same time, she begins to provoke you. She begins to lord it over you, doing strange things. Walk away. Walk away. What if that wealth suffers fire, outbreak also? I mean, what if that wealth suffers natural destruction? Supposing you have a house and the house was destroyed by earthquake. Is that the end of your life? So just take it as a kind of loss. You look the other way. Try to, pick your pieces, pick your life up all over again. It is never over until it is over. So goes the popular saying. And of course, the society, we all have roles to play. Some of these developments are not without the notice of some people. Could be family members, could be friends, could be neighbors. When you see this step building up that may end up in violence, the like of which we have been talking about, take a step. Wọ́n ní ìbùkún ni fún onílàjà pé ọmọ Ọlọ́run làwọn máa pè wọ́n. Play a role. Intercede. Call attention of people before a matter gets to this level. Observe. You must be humanitarian. You must be concerned. Some of the issue with some of us is that once it is not about me, what concerns me, we should not be doing that. Let's all be concerned so that I can put a stop at this ugly development. It's not speaking well about us. Thank you very much. God bless you all.